one of the, I can tell you from my own experience. I can tell you what has been working for me at the Wesley Foundation when it comes to internet, and maybe if you want to share some of that. One of the things that I found most effective in having those conversations about perhaps different faiths or different ideas, or what's going on in society, or what's going on in culture, and how we have different people come from different backgrounds. I led a group at Wesley. Every Tuesday evening at Wesley, from 8 p.m. to about 9 p.m., we have we gather to have Bible study in groups, and then around 9:15 we have communion. So from 8 to 10 p.m. we have Bible studies in groups. There's a group that I started at what is called FFF, Faith, Sci-Fi, and Fantasy. Okay, and what we do is we get together and we discuss. We discuss Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. We discuss a movie. We discuss a book. And we use something usually from, that's why it's called sci-fi and fantasy, because there's a lot of pop culture, there's a lot of issues, things that we can use. We can either watch an episode of something, we can watch a scene, or we can have a discussion. And we can use these things as devices to talk about the bigger issues. Whether it's issues of race, whether it's issues of gender, whether it's issues of in society, whether it's issues of philosophy. Talk about philosophy. Philosophy is a word, it's an issue that you say philosophy, people go like, oh, people are gonna fall asleep. So how do you talk about those very important ethical issues, ethical discussions, whether it's cloning, whether it's all those issues that deal with both science and philosophy. So we use that to have that's how we watch Star Trek or whatever, and then we discuss that, and then I bring in terms from theology, from philosophy, from scripture that deal with that, and then I break them into small groups, and I'll post like 2 or 3 questions about what we just saw, what we just read, or what you heard, and then after that we have some great discussions after that, and then after that we can try to see how we can tie it into more theology, how to tie it into more scripture. What do you think the Son of Man? What do you say Christ would say about this or that or that? In that context. I don't know if that helps.
No, it does a lot.
Yeah.
I know in our house church, one of the first house churches I was a part of, there were students in there. One student in particular, I remember, he was very interested in religion, but not a specific one. He had dug into the theology and the culture of Buddhism, Hinduism, atheism, like literally everything. And we welcomed him with open arms. And I remember as a freshman, his opinions were one of, like when we would have discussions, his opinions were the ones I always looked most forward to. Because it did like break up the traditional, like everybody felt the same way about certain things that we would read. And it was really important to incorporate not just like theological questions into our studies, but also just how those pertain to everyday life. So even if maybe you don't believe the same things that the people around you believe, like you can still pertain a question to your life and how it relates to you. And that was something that I will never forget because, like I said, his opinions and his views of things were always so different, but so interesting, and things that in turn would either challenge me or guide me in a different way, or down a different path of thinking. So yeah.